Welcome to our preview of the game versus the Los Angeles Rams versus the Buffalo Bills. This isn't just any game. No. This isn't just any game. This is the first regular season game of the 2022 season, and I am stoked. We are a week away, and Thursday night football, it doesn't get any better than that. And if I'm being quite honest, I probably had a little bit too much Coke. I'm talking about the drink. Now, this is not another edition of standouts and fizzouts, but this is our preview for the game. And like I said, I'm excited. I felt like this has been a long time coming, and this is kind of something we've thought about doing for a little while, kind of previewing some of these games. And who knows? Let us know what you guys think. If you guys like us previewing these games, we certainly love to do it. So a lot going on with this one. So obviously, it would have been a lot of fun if they could have played the Bengals to start things out with, because the Rams, that is, because things were already interesting in joint practices. But I really feel like this was going to be a big tell for both teams right off the bat, because obviously, the defending Super Bowl champions have, Super Bowl aspirations yet again. You got basically the same team back. Well, I mean, you upgraded a couple of positions, and we'll get into that in just a second. But overall, you're really excited for both of these teams, because both teams are in a really good place, and I feel like they are both going to take serious shots, especially offensively here. Probably two of the more talented teams on offense in the entire NFL facing off on Thursday Night Football. I believe it is 6:20, but I believe that's Mountain Time. So as far as Eastern Standard Time, I don't know that, but I think it's 6:20 Mountain Time. Do whatever it is. Look at NFL.com for the schedule, but it's 6:20 Mountain because we're in South Dakota. But anyway, so as we look forward here, there's a couple things I'm watching out for. I'm watching obviously out for the Bills, who in my mind I think will take a huge step forward in the run game this year. James Cook being a major reason for that, but also Devin Singletary. I think finally they've got a good offensive line, a good run blocking offensive line that is to be able to help him get it done. Yes, Taiwan Jones, Zach Moss, James Cook, Devin Singletary. That's the backwards way of the depth chart there. But they got some really good running backs. They've got some just killer wide receivers. Gabriel Davis just does not get the love that he deserves. He's just an absolute stud. Isaiah McKenzie rounding out the wide receivers out of the three there between Stephon Diggs, Davis, and McKenzie. So Dawson Knox coming back at tight end. And then, obviously you got your offensive line that I'm really excited about for the Bills. So obviously, what's wrong with me? This is a very interesting teams in terms of offensively. Like when you take a look at the Bills, you got Josh Allen at quarterback, you got this talent, just never-ending barrage of talent on the offensive side of the football. But the same kind of goes for the Rams, though. Matt Stafford coming back after winning that Super Bowl, proving all he had to do was get out of Detroit. Cam Akers coming back at running back as well. I think he's going to make some serious noise this year. Cooper Kupp signing that monster extension, but he's got himself a rallying partner there in Allen Robinson II, as well as Van Jefferson rounding it out. I made a mistake with Van Jefferson. I traded for him, and it didn't end well for me last year in fantasy, so it is what it is. But Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee at tight end, and that offense, Joe Noteboom getting the start there at left tackle. So like I said, I'm really excited to see how both these teams really start things out offensively, because yes, top 1 through 3, both of them have arguably probably the best offense in the entire NFL, or at least in the conversation. So you got two great offenses, but then you also got, in my mind, two great defenses going at it as well, as we show you here. So the Bills with Greg Rousseau, I think, is going to just demolish people. I mean, I don't think people quite realize that this man is just finally getting the chance to put himself in a spot where he is going to start for a full 16-game season. He had 4 sacks last year and a pick, by the way. I believe it was against the Chiefs. Not a lot of people remember that, but Greg Rousseau, actually, he did start all of last season, didn't he? Now that I think about it, but I think what I mean is you're gonna find a player that comes out of his shell. The former 30th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. I think he's just gonna take over games. Like, he is going to be a madman on the edge for the Buffalo Bills. Now, Ed Oliver, I think, there's been glimpses of specific years where I think he's been dominant, but, he's been good, I should say, but I think he's on his way to being dominant. Now, this last year with the Bills had a really respectable PFF grade of 70.9. The year before that, it was a little spotty at 48, but I think that he's looking better after, the year before that, obviously, he had a 65.6 PFF grade, but I think he's going to finally put himself out there. He was a stud, in college. Now he's had 12 sacks in the NFL, had a very promising career ever since he's come out of Houston. So I think he's going to take a major step forward for the Buffalo Bills here. And then you also got Daquan Jones there at that other D tackle spot. Getting a little bit up there, but he's also, I mean, he's still getting it done. He's still getting it done to be able to help him out. So I think that was a really quality sign and pick up there for the Bills in the offseason. So, yes, he only had a sack last year for the Panthers. Yes, he's 30, but there's still a lot to work with at 6'4", 317 pounds. He's going to clog up the middle with Ed Oliver, and I'm really excited about that. Then, obviously, yes, you got Von Miller there as well. I know the Bills mainly are largely run out of a 3-4 and a 4-3, so it's kind of a mixture, but, Von Miller, you got him there at outside linebacker. Probably Rousseau and Daquan Jones starting in that 3-4, and even if it's the 4-3, you got Von Miller on the edge there. You also got a guy, honestly, Tremont Edmonds just keeps doing his thing. I love him, as well as Matt Milano, a very respectable secondary. Micah Hyde, I'm so glad he got traded away from the Panthers, or from the Packers, because, I mean, he was always tearing up my Vikings, but now he's tearing it up for the Bills, so it is what it is there. So also Dane Jackson. Kaiir Elam is going to tear it up from the very get-go. I don't care what anybody says. Then you go over to the Rams. Part of it here, yes, A'Shawn Robinson, Greg Gaines, and Aaron Donald. Studs. Just all three of them. Don't care. I really expect, I know that the Rams, in my mind, are in a spot where you're coming off losing a guy like Sebastian Joseph Day, but it doesn't matter. I really feel like A'Shawn Robinson is going to unlock his career here with the Rams and continue to do that. Obviously Aaron Donald's one of the best defensive players in the game. I honestly hope that everyone was okay in that altercation with the Bills, but I also hope that there's not a lengthy suspension, because he is going to be a very good player down the road, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but I think he's going to be vastly impactful for the Rams, especially down the line when they get there in the playoffs. Then yes, Leonard Floyd, the former Chicago Bear, that he's a stud. He's just absolutely is. You got Bobby Wagner on the inside there, Justin Hollins on that outside linebacker spot as well. Taylor Rapp, we've been singing his praises ever since he came out of the draft. So I felt like you got Jalen Ramsey, Taylor Rapp, Troy Hill, and Nick Scott there as well. So you got a lot of quality defensive players on both sides of the football. You got two quality offenses, two quality defenses, going at it. This is the cream de la crop. This isn't, the Jaguars going against the Jets, even though the Jets are probably going to make the playoffs, or at least they've got a shot. They've got a shot. We'll say that, okay? I think this is, two really good teams going at it. This is exactly how you want to start the game and the season for the NFL. It starts at 6:20 p.m., so make sure you guys tune in for that. I'm really excited about it. But that's it. That's previewing the Los Angeles Rams versus the Buffalo Bills game. Like I said, a lot of different things you're going to watch. Both sides having rookies that I think are going to step up right away and do some great things. Kaiir Elam, defensive rookie of the year, possibly. But overall, I'm really excited about where these two teams are heading, and this is the perfect way to start the season. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. Greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email, thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put in the comment section down below and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think of our preview of the Los Angeles Rams versus the Buffalo Bills.